I received a slew of letters from women who were also in the 1970s thinking that maybe they should be on their own, and that there was an opportunity to have another option.
I am invincible. No, not me, but it takes a really strong woman to write a book with this title. And that woman is Norma Kamali. She has been a friend and somebody I have admired for decades. She owned her business for 50 years. You can't say that for many designers, much less women designers. And in 1978, when she divorced her husband and business partner, Norma said it was time to stand OMO, on my own. Let's learn more about that chapter in Norma's life in the final episode of Girl Power.
What is or what was the most integral part of your life at OMO?
And on my own? Well, for those of you that don't know, when my husband and I split, going on my own was a very huge thing. I had $98, which was an interesting funding for a new company, and to say the least. And I really didn't know what I was going to do, except a lot of people were very supportive, and I was very lucky. And so going on my own in the 70s was, I thought, a personal experience. But when I did that, and certain people started to write about it, I received a slew of letters from women who were also in the 1970s thinking that maybe they should be on their own, and that there was an opportunity to have another option. And so I kind of was a poster girl for this movement for a little while, and I didn't know that I really wanted to be the poster girl for it because I couldn't figure out what I was doing myself. But I think on my own was a very big, important step for me, and it was probably one of the most difficult things that I'd ever done in my life. And I did it when I was 29, 30, in that age when women have a big crossroads. And that was a huge thing for me. And it seemed that maybe it was going on, it was in the air at the time for other women too.
I mean this in the most positive, obviously, way.
Okay.
Why isn't Norma Kamali a gigantic business, like some of these designers, like Ralph? I mean, you're an authentic. I mean, you should have stores all over the world and be a huge business with the kind of. Or is it part of your cancer trait or your rooster sign or those things that hold you back?
How could you remember that? I think I don't see it as being held back, actually.
Well, I don't mean held back, but you know what I mean.
I've been the owner of my own company since 1967. I'm still in business. I've seen a lot of people come and go. I've been able to do anything I want, whenever I want, as long as I can pay the rent. I've had the ultimate freedom to do films, to do architecture, to do furniture, anything. So I've never had to talk to a board to tell me I could or I couldn't. I love the freedom to be creative. I'm not sure that being the wealthiest, biggest company has been my goal, but it doesn't mean it may not be in the future. I never close the door to it. But up until now in my career, the freedom to be creative in any area I want was more important. So, and I'm very satisfied with that. So I think success can be measured in lots of different ways. So I don't see my personal goal hasn't been to be the biggest, most famous, wealthiest designer in the world. I want to be creatively expressive and enjoy every day, and I still do. So that's a
You
pretty
do.
good thing.
Is there a Norma Kamali business without Norma?
I think there's a culture that I've created that's very defined and definite, and I think that culture can exist without Norma. It's defined and it's clear. And I think there's a possibility for that culture, the Norma Kamali culture or the Kamali culture, to exist without me, with people who understand the culture